TikTok. It's been a while. Not really got a lot to update you guys on. I seem to have hit a bit of a stall. Um, but I have recently started to actually hit the 1,000 calorie mark. I mean, I've been told that I should be doing between 1,000 and 1,200 calories a day, but I up until about 4 days ago, I was only managing about between, well, some days I was only managing 400 calories, and other days I was only managing about 600. So, and occasionally I'd managed to get it up to about 800 calories. So obviously, I have recently got a little bit more of an appetite, not massive amounts more of an appetite, but I've managed to up my calories to between 900 and 1,100 calories daily. So that's a bonus, but obviously that's only over the last few days. I haven't actually lost anything for about a month now, so this is what they call a weight loss stall that I'm going through. And I've done this before where I've not lost anything for like 3 weeks, and then suddenly a stone's dropped off in a week or over the weekend or something ridiculous like that. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm just following the process, really. I'm feeling a lot better. Obviously I'm still having the funny turns and the fainting and all of that sort of malarkey, but that's being investigated. There's not a lot I can really do about that. A friend of mine and I are going to go down to a local gym next week when we get paid, because obviously no money at the moment, to find out what sort of membership I can get and what sort of membership she can get, because obviously I can't go to the gym on my own because of the fainting malarkey. I can't go swimming on my own because of the fainting malarkey. But when I looked into taking a carer with me, I was told that a carer could come, but they wouldn't be allowed to use the facilities. They would just be allowed to be by my side. And I don't know about you, but anyone that's got an invisible disability doesn't actually want to look like they've got a disability. So they don't want someone to be sitting there twiddling their thumbs just watching them whilst they're exercising. They'd rather it look like it's two friends going to the gym together, and then if anything happens, that friend's there to help, rather than just someone sitting there twiddling their thumbs waiting for you to pass out. It just doesn't work. So we're going to go down there and find out what our best options are, just to see, like, whether we can get what gym membership would be best for both of us, because obviously she's coming with me, and she wants to exercise as well, so it's kind of better if I'm going with a buddy to exercise. Because obviously I can't travel on my own at the moment. I can't do anything like that on my own at the moment, because the fainting spells have become more frequent, and at the moment it's like once or twice a week, so it's not fantastic. But we are going to start exercising more and hope that that helps with the whole blood pressure being a bit weird, going up and down and in between. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. I finished my my first crochet item, and it is this. It's my first attempt at creating something with crochet. I don't like, start off well. I did actually. Well, I've created a couple of headbands for my sister and my mum and stuff like that, but that's my first big project that I've done, and that's finished. It took me about 3 weeks to do, so yay, yay. The ADHD thinks I can turn it into a business. It's probably not going to become a business. The ADHD thought I could turn resin into a business. It never became a business. The ADHD thought that I could turn sewing into a business, and now I have boxes and boxes and boxes of fabric. but no business. And also, oh yeah, and then I've got like 25 kilos of poly pellets, weighted pellets, because I was going to make weighted blankets at one point. So, there's I have a lot of things in my house where my brain has gone, yeah, you can turn that into a business, or you can turn that into some sort of self-employment. Um, and it's not happened. Because I've got bored a couple of weeks later, or I found something else nice and new and shiny and started doing that instead, or I've just stopped doing it because I've lost the love for it, and then that particular hobby becomes dead to me for a couple of years, and then I pick it up again. But crochet, I have avoided doing crochet for about 40 years. And then when I had the op, because I know I wanted something to do that would occupy my brain, but not be too taxing physically, and not be too much of a risk if I like where I was when I first started to recover, and I couldn't really do massive amounts, just a little bit of walking and that sort of thing. When I first started to recover from the op. So I picked up the crochet hook whilst I was at my mum's, and we started doing bits of crochet, and like, oh, this seems a bit of fun. And now it's my obsession right now. So yeah, crochet is the current obsession. This is the start of a different dress. I've got this far. So, I mean, the fact is I'm shrinking out all my clothes. So I would say it's cheaper than going out and buying new clothes, but it's not. It's not cheaper than going out and buying new clothes, because I then buy more and more wool. And I go and especially as there's a lot of people selling wool on TikTok now as well. So I'm like, I want that wool, I want that wool, I want that wool, I want it all, I want all the wool, all the wool. I barely have enough room to swing a cat because of the boxes and boxes of fabric. But now I've nearly filled up an entire box with wool. Somebody helped me with my addictions. But I suppose it's a better addiction than a food addiction. It's a better addiction than any of the multiple other addictions that people transfer from after having bariatric surgery. So my addiction that I have transferred to is crochet right now. I don't understand how I've transferred to crochet, because I was taught how to crochet when I was 7, and I never picked it up again after I was 7. So on another note, I went to the dentist today, and this crown here is nearly 20 years old. So I had a word with the dentist, and they are going to replace it for me. So we'll get rid of this nasty black line, hopefully, fingers crossed. If not, I'll end up losing a tooth. But hey, it's worth the risk. It's still worth the risk. I just want to get rid of that line. But yeah, fantastic. Fingers crossed it's all going to go well. So a couple of weeks time, I will have a new shiny new tooth on the front that doesn't have a black line, or doesn't have such a black line. Because obviously 20 years ago, the teeth were made differently. They weren't as lined with metal and all of that sort of malarkey. So they were lined with metal, and they were basically made with metal with a little tiny bit of an enamel on the back. So I mean, if you if you put a mirror behind the tooth, you actually see metal. You don't see white. Like on this one's new. This one was replaced a couple of years back. All right, on this one, there's the back is white, whereas on this one, the 20-year-old one, the back is metal. So hopefully, if they put a nice new veneer crown on there, it will look amazing. Anyway, that's my update, because I thought I haven't been on here for a while. I thought I'd let you all know what's going on. As I said, not a lot. Bit of crochet, dentist, life. Gonna go to the gym, but it's all good. Life is doing all right. And I do not regret having the bariatric surgery at all.